Yet another miracle on the Plains highlights an incredible college football rivalry Saturday. Game recap coming up. Plus, we'll dive into the BCS Top 5 and give you the updated look at the national title picture. Who will we see playing in Pasadena? Good evening and welcome to Full Sail Live at Night. My name is JP Wood. A wild and historic rivalry weekend is behind us, and of course the big story are the scenes down in Auburn. At this point, you've likely already seen the ending, but in case you missed how we got there, here's how the first 59 minutes and 59 seconds shook out. Number 1, Alabama visits number 4, Auburn in the 78th Iron Bowl with a chance to go to next weekend's SEC championship game on the line. Alabama's first drive would be promising but come up short, and they'll send Cade Foster out to attempt a 44-yard field goal, which he'll miss wide left. Keep that in mind. Auburn would get the scoring started at the end of the first as Nick Marshall keeps it. Takes off up the middle for a 45-yard touchdown run. That is Auburn's first offensive touchdown in an Iron Bowl since 2010. The second quarter would be all Alabama run game, and they took a 21-7 lead right here, courtesy of TJ Yeldon from the 1. Now Auburn would answer before halftime and get the ball to start the second half. Nick Marshall right here finds CJ Uzomah in the corner of the end zone, and that is going to tie the game at 21. The third quarter would go by quietly, and Alabama has a chance here to go up 3 at the beginning of the fourth. They once again send out Cade Foster for a 33-yard field goal, which he misses once again. So we go to the fourth quarter. Alabama, from their own 1, A.J. McCarron is going to find Amari Cooper on a 99-yard bomb to put the Crimson Tide up 7, and A.J. McCarron at the top of many people's Heisman hopeful list. Skip forward, Alabama with a chance to go up 10, and once again, Cade Foster's field goal this time is blocked, and Auburn has life. 44 seconds to go in the game, and Nick Marshall, with a little bit of improvisation, finds Sammy Coates, and Sammy is untouched to the house with 33 seconds left and a tied game. Alabama would get the ball with just enough time to set up this field goal, which would come up short. And luckily, Auburn has Chris Davis back there, and here you go. He's taking it out. Alabama has no athletes on the field. Up the sideline, stay in bounds, and he is home free. This would give Auburn the 34-28 win, the SEC West title, and bragging rights for the next 364 days over their despised in-state rival.
First time I've ever lost a game that way. First time I've ever seen a game lost that way.
Auburn fans may not want to use up all of their toilet paper at Toomer's Corner tonight, as the Tigers will be taking on Missouri in next week's SEC championship game. When we come back, we've got your Saturday night scoreboard to recap the rest of the day's biggest games. Plus, now that the back-to-back defending champs have fallen, we'll take a look at the brand new BCS landscape. Welcome back to Full Sail Live at Night. My name is JP Wood, and it's time for your Full Sail Live Saturday night scoreboard. Ohio State visits Michigan for yet another classic installment of the game. Michigan scores this 2-yard touchdown to make it 42-41 late in the fourth and decides to play for the win. But the Buckeyes pick off the 2-point attempt to save their undefeated season. They'll play Michigan State in next week's Big Ten title game. 5th-ranked Missouri topples Texas A&M 28-21 in Columbus, clinching a spot in the SEC championship game against Auburn. The Tigers' defense held Johnny Manziel in check to clinch their 4th-ranked win of the year and reach 11 wins for the 3rd time in program history. Florida State's perfect season rolls on as Jameis Winston connects with Kelvin Benjamin 3 times en route to a 37-7 boat racing of Florida in the Swamp. Florida ends the season at 4-8, their worst mark since 1979. South Carolina puts away Clemson 31-17 to cap off a 10-2 season, the 5th straight win for the Gamecocks over their Palmetto State rivals. Steve Spurrier's defense forced 6 Clemson turnovers, 4 in the 4th quarter alone. Connor Shaw ends his Gamecock career a perfect 17-0 at home.
Coming here, I've always loved playing at home. My first start here against Kentucky, I just felt comfortable at home, and obviously we have the best fans in the country. This place was the livest I've felt. The atmosphere was just awesome.
Nick Saban and Alabama's chances at a three-peat almost certainly ended in Auburn tonight, leaving the BCS title picture wide open. Certainly, undefeated Florida State and Ohio State are the favorites for many, but conference championship weekend is no cakewalk. The Seminoles will look to capture the ACC crown against Duke. Jameis Winston's squad has opened as a 27.5-point favorite. and a win in that game would certainly lock up Florida State's spot in the Big Dance. Ohio State will take on Michigan State in Indianapolis for the Big Ten title. It'll be a battle of wills at Lucas Oil Stadium, as the Buckeyes feature a league-leading 48 points per game on offense, and the Spartans' defense is allowing less than 12 points per game. A Buckeye win should see them sent to Pasadena for the BCS title, while a Spartan win would see them sent to Pasadena for the Rose Bowl. And finally, the SEC title game gives us our final contenders. Auburn takes on Missouri in what should be a top 5 matchup. A battle of explosive offenses, Auburn ranks first in the SEC in plays of 20 or more yards, while Mizzou ranks second. And while Mizzou beat their SEC foes by an average of 19.5 points per game, Auburn is averaging one act of divine intervention in each of its last 2 conference contests. The winner of this contest could find themselves competing for the national title should the Seminoles or Buckeyes falter in their games next week. That's all the time we have for you on Full Sail Live at Night. Kudos if you made it up this late. We'll do it all again for Conference Championship Week next Saturday. My name is JP Wood, and I will see you then.